It's Kambada, the shaman, the god, the crack baby. And right now you're tuned in to Kofi's Universe, the #1 and most truest source for hip-hop news, reaction videos, sports, black culture, and much, much more. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button now. Bada.
YouTube salute. Lupe Fiasco was on Way Up with Angela Lee podcast, and he was talking about his new album Samurai. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's dope. He was talking about street music, hood music, and he was talking about his deal with Atlantic Records, how it got hacked, and why he don't care for 360 deals. So we're gonna listen to this, y'all, and I'm gonna break it down, give you Kofi's perspective. If you're new to my channel, thumbs up the video, hit the sub button, click that bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. Let's listen to this, y'all.
Only the big pop records that they have at least 3 or 4 entryways of finance into.
Okay, so they want to keep everything in-house so that the money's circulating in-house.
So like if you came up to the labels like, yo, I got this song that I wrote that I think would be great for Pink, right? They're like, oh, that's cool, you know? Look, why don't you sign a 10-song deal with us?
Okay.
Right? They wouldn't just say, yo, that's dope, keep doing it, you know, here's a check for that one record, you get a little publishing, keep it moving. Like, nah, we need to own everything that you do from now on. We need to own all the rights. Who else potentially could have wrote on it? We need to sign them. And so by the time it gets to me, they've already...
They made 10 times what you made.
They're triple dipping. And that was just, it's genius business, but it's a terrible way to treat artists.
Right, it's not a creative business, it's a business.
It's a business, right? Because in that, it's like, your records, whatever, we're not interested in your records, even though they could be just as good or even better or have more potential. And then that flip is, and that is why I have no sympathy for them or anything like that. And I tell artists because I think it's important to let the artistic community know, like, this is what you're really dealing with. I'm not making this up. I'm not gassing anything. And I'll stand on this in the court of law and say the same thing. You know, Lyor was like, yo, if you don't sign this 360 deal, we're not promoting your records. Not only are we not promoting your records, we're not promoting even the records that we give you.
Right. I've heard that from artists. If you don't sign a 360 deal, because there were artists who already signed and then they want you to then rework your deal to make it a 360 deal. So they're getting money from merch, they're getting money from
touring.
You know, now, streaming is happening now, so that's a whole nother situation.
They're invested in the streaming companies, but just personally, like they got their own personal investment into it.
Because they're not making as much. So they're like, if we're not going, we'd rather put our all into another artist who's got a 360 deal than to an artist who doesn't, and that has his own situation, and we're just doing distribution. That doesn't really make us any money.
It makes them a ton of money. I mean, they still got a ton of catalog. You still got all this, but you're gonna spend that same amount of money managing it, and that's what I told them.
Check out the full interview whenever you get a chance. But Lupe wanted to negotiate the terms of the 360 deal. A lot of people don't know that. You know, he wasn't really, angry or just more like, what the hell y'all do? It's like, okay, y'all, that's what you want to do. We can do business then. You know, if I do this deal, I want my master's, which was smart. And I respect him for that. You know, he's a student of the game. He's looked at people that came before him, people not just in the rap industry. We talking about the music industry. We talking about the Princes, the Michael Jacksons, people, Sam Cooks, all those type of people. So he was looking at like, okay, this is what I want to control. And they was like, nah, we don't want to do that. So they actually felt that he was highly intelligent, and they knew that if he can control his masters, he has the wealth, and they didn't want that. His career ended with Lasers, and his Lasers album, that was his 3rd studio album, that dropped in 2011. Yeah, it came out in 2011. And it was #1 in the on the U.S. Billboard 200, and it sold over 200K copies. I remember that the first week. That was his highest charted album, I believe it was. But to me, I feel like as artists out here, you have to do what's best for you. If you don't do what's best for you, you're going to get you know what in the butt. They're gonna bend you over. They're gonna take advantage of you. Lupe, he released albums after Lasers. He released a lot of albums after Lasers, and it was, you know, classics, tight albums. I mean, don't get me wrong, everything, but there was no push behind him no more. Did he make money? Yeah, he made money. He was controlling everything. That's the difference. You know, even if you want to do a 50-50 deal, or like Nipsey Hussle did with Rock Nation, and you could be like Master P, 80-20, when he had no limit. You see what I'm saying? You have to make the deal work for you. Because don't get me wrong, 90 to 95% of this shit is business. It ain't just getting in the studio and knocking out some tight songs or making a classic album or a dope song that everybody can bob their head to. This is business right here. This is the way you eat. And you know, if you look at these new artists now, they say that they sell their merch. You know, I know Court Mega, he took off all his songs on Spotify because he's not getting paid on Spotify like that. So now he's told people that if you want to purchase his music, you can go through, I believe, his website. But I saw like a couple of weeks ago on IG saying that Spotify, they're taking advantage of the artists. And that's true. And Apple Music, I don't know how much they're paying the artists. I know I did a breakdown about this before, but you know, you have to look out for yourself. That's why you think it took Benny the Butcher so long to find a record label, because he wanted to make sure that he wanted to get the money, the bag. That was way more important than anything. Then you got other artists out here, they ain't just signing with anybody. They gonna still stay low key and drop their stuff all the time, maybe every quarter, because they know that I want to control my music. I want my music to come out when I say it to come out, and I don't want nobody taking the lion's share of my of the profit, you know, of the capital. Y'all let me know what you think. Post your comments below. Hope smash Black Panther the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. You want to support, donate to the channel? I have Patreon, patreon.com/KofiUniverse. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs. Everything's in the description. Until next time, salute.